I'm Mike Rodriguez, and welcome to the New Biz Plan, where business is looking up. I am so excited about launching this, and I'm grateful that you're joining us for our pilot, our premiere, our world broadcast release. So thank you for being here. What is the New Biz Plan, and who is it for? I think the best way for me to answer that question is really to tell you who it's not for. So let me start with this. Number one, if you're not entrepreneurial, this is probably not for you. Let me define that. When you hear the phrase making a profit, if that doesn't appeal to you, worse yet, it feels like a sin, then this is not going to work. Number two, if you're not interested in spiritual growth. Now, you don't have to be a Christian to get something out of this. In fact, I hope there are some people who are not, who view this. That might start some dialogue. But I think you have to at least be spiritually curious for the New Biz Plan to impact your life. And number three, lastly, and this is sort of my favorite one, I think it encompasses the spirit of what we're doing here. If when you watch sports, you feel like there are no winners, there are no losers, everyone should get a trophy, and yes, this includes Little League, and everyone should get the same thing, you should probably take your viewership somewhere else. Now, I got a feeling we probably lost a few viewers. We probably freed up some bandwidth here. You may very well be the only one still watching the New Biz Plan. So number one, thank you. Number two, I would like to say to you, thanks, Mom, for always supporting me. Now, let me talk very briefly about the plight of CBOs. That's a phrase I coined that's an acronym for Christian business owner. Christian business owners are always in this unique tug-of-war situation. You see, on one hand, we have our church, and we want to give more of our time, energy, resources, and money to the church. But on the other hand, we got our businesses pulling at us, nagging at us for all those resources I just talked about. And if we don't feed it, the business will die and our families will suffer. Guys, I get it. I understand. Been there, done that. I'm still there. Christian business owner, I know you constantly feel like you're on the outside looking in. When you're with secular business owners, they'll say stuff like, you can overcharge on that. Everyone does it. You don't have to pay taxes on that. No one does that. No one cares. And you say, yeah, I know, and I care. I can't do that. And they just don't get your spirituality. And then you go over here and you talk with Christians who don't own a business. They're employees, and warning, sensitive subject. But they'll say stuff like, well, how come you weren't at that meeting last night? How come you're not at the new Bible study? How come you're not volunteering as much? And you want to say, you probably don't, but you want to say, because I haven't taken a salary in 6 months, because I got employees who make more money than I do, because I got to make payroll next week and I just lost my biggest account. Again, you probably don't say those things, but you want to. And they just don't get your entrepreneurialism. And you're constantly caught in the middle. Of course, Jesus understands, but you know who else understands? Other Christian business owners. That's why we're starting the New Biz Plan, to have this online forum, this online community that we can share things, talk about things, and frankly, rethink everything. We're going to talk about new business models. We're going to break down old barriers that constrained us. We're going to attack old definitions of what it means to be a Christian business owner that frankly may not apply to us anymore. Where's this all going to end up at? Guys, I'll be up front. I have no idea where it's going to go. I'm just excited about taking that leap forward to finding those new solutions. I hope you join me on that journey and participate. Now, in the spirit of full disclosure, let me tell you a couple quick things about myself. Number one, I became a Christian at 25, gave my life to Jesus. So what that tells you, what I'd like you to know is, like all Christians out there, I am not perfect. I mess up all the time, but I will say that ever since I became a Christian, I try to get better spiritually every day. Don't always accomplish it, but I'm trying. So I lay that before you. Second thing is in terms of business, because those are the two pillars, if you will, that we're going to wrangle with here at the New Biz Plan, spirituality and business. In terms of business, ever since I was 20, I either owned a business or been in an equity position in a business or businesses. Built and sold businesses in areas like financial services, a real estate investment firm, feature film production company. I wrote a screenplay for a feature film that got picked up in an option. Built a system to collect national data in real time. a lot of different things. But I'll tell you, one of the things, especially with my financial services business, I was able to counsel with thousands of business owners. I mean, literally thousands of business owners, some Christian, some secular. And what that did, it gave me a unique opportunity to get a bird's eye view of almost every business model and every way that money changes hands in America today. And I think, or I feel, that qualifies me to lead this discussion. Operative word there is lead, not monologue, me just talking to you. It's me talking with you and you talking to each other. So I hope you take advantage of that. I hope you leave your comments at the end of these episodes. I'm going to leave you my personal email address at the end of each episode. That's how committed I am to making this work and really opening the door for us to have some quality conversations here. Now, how's this going to work? What can you expect? Well, each episode will have a business point that we're going to talk about, and I'll probably have a couple of thoughts or ideas from that, a lot of which I'm sure you've heard or read in other places, but I think maybe I'll bring a fresh twist or spin to it that might help. I'm going to occasionally have guests on here that'll bring their background, their expertise, whether in the business field or spiritual field, that I think will be very beneficial for you. We're always going to give you an opportunity to have that dialogue, again, with me and with the other people listening to the new biz plan. I think that's very important that you engage in this conversation. And my promise, the overarching statement I want to make here, guys, is I promise to never waste your time. I know how valuable that is, so I promise you when you come to the new biz plan, you will get something out of it. So with this being the world premiere event, I would like to kick this off here with a scripture from Proverbs 16:3. I have it on a little placard here that I keep on my desk at home. Let me read it to you real quick. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and all your plans will succeed. Boy, that says it all, doesn't it? That's a mouthful. And that was really the genesis of how this got started, as I started thinking what I've done and really more importantly where I want to go. So I ask you, with your business, what's your kingdom purpose? Do you have a kingdom purpose? We as business owners have to make a profit, plain and simple. If we don't, we're out of business, we lose our relevancy, we lose our significance. So we have to make a profit. Outside of that, though, what's the bigger calling? Do you have one? Start thinking about that. I promise you, we'll readdress this in the future as well, but that's a great place to start. What is the kingdom purpose for your business? So as we wrap up here, guys, I'd like to ask that you subscribe to this channel for the new biz plan, so that way you don't have to keep checking in all the time. We can send you the episodes as we update them. Figure about weekly, sometimes more, sometimes less, but about weekly is when you can expect new episodes. They'll typically be shorter than this one, probably just a couple of minutes, because again, this is our world broadcast release. And so you can look forward to those things. I ask that if you enjoy this, please pass it on. We want this to go viral. We want a lot of people in here talking about things and really helping us build this platform of the new biz plan. So thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to having conversations with you in the future. And as always, keep looking up.